Hey YouTube family, how are you guys doing? Just a quick video to answer this question. To drill or not to drill the neck body holes on your guitar? Well, let's do a reenactment here. This piece is going to be the guitar body, and this longer piece is going to be the neck. A lot of times, what it looks like to me when you take apart a guitar, especially a budget one, is they screw this through the body hole. The body holes might be drilled, but they're just pilot holes. They're not drilled for the size of this screw. And for the most part, judging by the amount of splintering and mess that's in there, I don't think those necks are drilled or piloted. They just put the neck in the pocket, put the screw in that pilot hole, and fire it in there with some kind of power tool. Now, I would recommend not using a power tool on your guitar necks unless it's a weak one, like something like this, right? I can torque harder by hand than I can with this. This, however, will either strip your neck body hole screw or it'll break it right off. So you better be aware how much throttle you're giving this drill if you're using this to put your body hole screws on. Or get one that has a torque adjustment. This one doesn't because it's a driver. But anyway, all right, so here we go. We put the neck in the pocket. We flip the guitar upside down. So now we have the body over here and we're going to screw it in. I'll use this hole. There we go. Now, see that gap? The only way you're going to get rid of that gap is to just keep torquing it. But I'm already countersunk into the wood here. That's because this screw is threading into this piece of wood. So it's bringing this piece of wood up towards the head of the screw. And when it starts to catch in the neck, it's pulling the neck up as well. So both pieces of wood want to come up towards the head. So the only way you're going to get these two pieces of wood tight together is by seriously over-tightening this screw. So let's do that. So you can still see the gap. Here we go. I'm going to seriously torque this screw down. Oh, all right. That's great. Now you've succeeded in getting a tight neck, and you've probably cracked the heel of your neck. Because look at that. Look, that screw head is below surface right there. You see that? You see how that's all broken inside there? Like the plywood? The first layers of plywood have been totally sheared. That head is either going to snap right off, you're going to warp that back plate, or you're going to split your guitar neck. So, let's see if I can get this out without ruining my screw. There we go. So now enter the drill bit, the same size as the screw. Let me remount this hole. Now, you see how it's not loose, it's just not biting into my body. So now, I'm going to dry fit that again. Now, obviously, if you're building a guitar, I would recommend you don't dry fit it. You should do a pilot hole in your neck. But I'm sure these companies that are making hundreds of guitars, they're not piloting their neck. They're just dropping the neck in the body holes, using the body as the pilot, and just firing the screw in there. So, let's do this again. I'm going to go on the other side because this bottom piece is damaged, right? I'm going to just flip it over so that is flush. So the goal is to bring the screw, I'm not using a neck plate here, right? So the goal is to bring the screw flush to this, dry screw it in this, and see if my boards will be nice and flush. So now it's not biting, it's going right through. I'm going to screw it in there. Just want you to make sure like I'm not screwing into a pre-existing hole. So we're not cheating. All right, here we go. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. It's not moving. It's nice and tight. I didn't even break the surface of this plywood. The screw head is totally sitting on top of my plywood. It didn't even dent it. And the neck is perfectly tight to the body. See that? There's barely an imprint of the head. Barely. That's why I always drill my neck body holes, so that my screws are not threading into the body, they're only threading into the neck. So when it comes to the debate, do I drill or not drill out my neck body holes? There you go. Some of you will get that last part, and some of you are like, what is that about? If you're not sure, you can leave a comment and I can explain. You guys take care, God bless, and I'll see you in the next one.